So finally the rain has stopped. Project this week, darting in between showers. So quite an urban place, quite built up new build property, and the task was to remove the lawn, because over the last summer and spring this lawn had just become just a husk basically. So how could we make this garden a bit more usable, a bit more interesting, and a usable space? So we took up the lawn, we added a pathway in, we planted it up with some drought tolerant planting to combat the dry weather that we could have for the coming year. It's often tricky with smaller housing and smaller spaces and smaller front gardens to know what to do and how to approach it, how do you get the most out of it, and often they're unused spaces, whereas with this we can give it some interest, give it some colour in the summer, and make it into a space where you want to be. The client was often walking across the front garden, across the lawn, and churning it up. So actually we thought, well, why don't we add a pathway in and make the journey, the short journey, just a bit more interesting. So we planted in some Pittosporum tenuifolium, which likes the droughty conditions. We've coupled it with some grasses, Stipa tenuissima. We've got a Descampsia there as well, which likes those drought conditions. We've cluster planted some lavender, some verbena, and some nepeta. So given time, they'll take. They'll start to establish well within the garden. They fill out nicely, so you get the aroma of the lavender, the scent of the nepeta. There's smaller planting like the Erigeron there, which will cluster nicely, fill out that space. So to kind of make this short journey more interesting. You see, you sort of creep through and go through. It's just making use of the space. So a nice project. Attacking it from two different perspectives. How do you make use of a difficult space, an unusable space, and making the journey interesting and beautiful, making it good for pollinators when it gets to the summer. Brilliant.